Well, we are getting in the car to leave for the doctor appointment. It is 6:09 a.m. Thursday, September 28th. I've been up since 5. I barely got any sleep last night. And my insomnia kicked in really bad and I couldn't sleep. And I'm hungry a little bit. I'm really nauseous this morning and just having kind of like one of my rough mornings. I had a bad day yesterday and having a rough morning so far, and I can't eat anything. They said if I eat, to eat very light. And so at this point I feel so sick and nauseous that if I was to eat, it would probably just make me throw up. So I'm just not gonna eat. I'm gonna get some juice or something, and like a smoothie juice or something like that. But I'm waiting on Chase to get out here,
Hey, you got the keys, right?
so we can go ahead and go. Yeah, I got the keys. So alright, bye. It's daylight outside. I said something about watching the sunset, and then I never actually watched the sunrise, and it was behind us, so I forgot about it, and now I'm thinking about it. We're on the way. I'm tired. How do you feel, Chase? You don't have the camera on you, though, huh? No? Okay.
This is normal for me.
Check. But, we got some drinks. Chase has already drank a vitamin water, and then, what were you drinking just now? A Gatorade. I'm still working on my first drink. I grabbed some apple juice. My nausea is really bothering me this morning, so, yeah, that's kind of where that's at. They've told me if I ate to eat light, but my nausea is bothering me so bad, and I feel so nauseous and sick, like I'm gonna throw up, that I didn't eat anything because I probably would throw it up. So I'm trying to drink some apple juice, and then I've got a Powerade in my bag to get me through the rest of the day, or at least the appointment. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna get through the apple juice before we get there, though. I'm gonna try. But yes, so Max is in the back. Maxie. Too early for this crap, man. Too early. That's it. Now I'm nervous.
Alright, so with testing, generally we do 3 different tests. We have an echocardiogram, a tilt table test, and a treadmill stress test. For the echocardiogram, you know, it's kind of like an ultrasound of your heart, like when you had a baby. It'll show if there's any murmurs, regurgitation, prolapse, anything of that nature. After it, we'll go into the tilt table test. With the tilt table test, you'll lay flat for a few minutes. We'll tilt you up to a 60-degree angle for another 10 to 20 minutes. And then we'll lay you back flat. The whole time you're going to have a blood pressure cuff on and EKG strips, or electrodes, excuse me. There'll be 3 of those, and so we'll monitor blood pressure and EKG every minute alternating for the entirety of the test. Any symptom that you experience, feel free to let us know, so that way we can look back at the blood pressure reading and the EKG strip of that time. So if you notice that your heart's racing, we can say, well, yeah, it's because it went up to 190 beats. Right. So that way you know what you're experiencing and that you're not actually crazy and that kind of thing. And then depending on how well you do with the tilt table test, we'll go into the treadmill. Some patients end up becoming too dizzy, and if you were to pass out on the tilt table test, you know, she may just want to do an EKG and leave it at that, because the last thing we want is you to be on the treadmill and pass out on it.
Right.
There's one thing on the tilt, because you will be strapped in. You'll have one across your thighs and one across like your lower abdomen, just to secure you, so that way they can get to you if something were to happen. And it's normal for you to pass out. Not everybody does. Some people usually say, you know, I feel like I'm going to. If you do, you know, feel free to let us know. You know, right before, if you have any warning symptoms, and if anything, you know, we might have more than one person in there, so that way you feel a little bit more safe and secure. Depending on how well you respond to it, we'll go into the treadmill. with it, you'll have 10 electrodes, so we're going to monitor your heart the whole time. And you'll start off a little bit of incline, and I think it's like maybe 3 miles an hour or 1.5 miles an hour. So it's almost like an awkward walk.
Okay.
And then it'll gradually get faster and higher every 3 minutes.
Okay.
Average is anywhere from 2 to 7 minutes. So if you get on there and you last 30 seconds, that's no big deal. I've had 20 seconds before, but then there are some who can last 15 minutes. But honestly, it's not the best. I think anyone, if you can be fast and flat, you could do it, and if you could be at incline and slow, you can do it. But we're combining the worst of both.
Right.
But our goal is to reach 85% of your maximum heart rate. You may reach it just standing on the treadmill. So if you do, we'll let you know so that way we can stop if needed.
Okay.
The longer you can go, the better.
Right.
But we don't want you
I'm
to
a pusher. I'll push as much as I
see.
can.
And I've learned, people with type A personalities. I used to be, go as hard as you can, as long as you can, and I realized like more people are likely to pass out if I do that. So I'm like,
Well, that's
when you
me.
feel bad.
Like every day, you can ask him. I'm like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. And like I'll pass out.
I'm over here telling her stop.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
Sit down.
and I'll pass out, and then he's like, all right, ready to go. I'm like, no, we were shopping. Give me 5 minutes.
Mhm.
We're gonna continue, and I'll push myself. But I don't want it to limit my life. I don't want it to stop me having a normal life.
So I mean, you'll have somebody in there with a computer, like a monitor. So the whole time they're going to be watching your heart. If you start throwing PVCs, which is really just a skipped beat, if you start throwing stuff like that, that may feel weird to you. They can say, "Oh no, it's fine." But if you start having some other issues, they'll stop you.
Okay.
And if they stop you, don't feel like there's something wrong. Sometimes they just do because you kind of you've gotten enough. But with it, we just want to see your heart response to different levels of stress.
Right.
Stuff that you experience day to day,
Right. Just
without
trying
being
to
on a treadmill.
replicate my life.
Exactly. And really, it helps to rule out any coronary artery disease, ischemia, heart attack, all that kind of stuff.
Fancy words I don't
I
understand.
don't know them either. I know what they are. I just know it's a lot of medical jargon.
Right.
I know that what it looks like to be pretty on there when everything's nice and even. And so hopefully we'll get enough of that, but we don't want anything you do today to hurt you for the next 2 weeks. So if you know what you're doing is going to affect you, or you're going to have a hangover period for the following week, we can stop.
And I'll do that, like I'll do too much, and then it's just like
It gets,
that
we
hangover
want you to
period, I
stay upright and leave here without being willed out.
Right.
If we have to, at least you'll hopefully leave with answers.
Yeah.
But, ideally what we'll do is, get the best of both. You're going to leave here normal, and you're going to leave here feeling like $1 million because you know what's wrong.
Right.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I think if this is what it is, and from what you were telling me with everything and how it sounds like it, I think like even if I have to push myself and I feel like crap, I am gonna feel like $1 million. Finally knowing like 7 years, I know what's wrong. I'm not delusional. I'm not, it's not for attention, it's not that I'm faking, it's really is an issue. So
I know, and it's very rewarding on this side because so many people have struggled for 6 to 10 years, and all of a sudden you leave here and you're like, okay, well, I'm normal.
Yeah.
This is your normal.
Right.
You're never going to have the life where your heart doesn't do something funny. But that would be boring, in my opinion.
Right.
We live a life of excitement.
Because you're a
And
Potsie.
hot flash. Yep. Unfortunately, I'm like hot right now. I've
We're
gotten
sharing
used to
it right now, though.
No sympathy pain. I already know what you're about to get into, so I can feel.
You're
for
making
you.
me more nervous.
But it's all great. honestly, like I was paranoid and terrified to get on there. I was like, I'll be the patient that has a heart attack. But I'm about to be done now. We're about to send her your way. Thank you.
15 more seconds. Come on, Dominique. Push it to the end now. You got this, girl. Got it. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Good job. Let's see. I'm going to squeeze in here and get this blood pressure on you, okay? Very good job. You're taking deep breaths in and out, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Stop the treadmill, okay? All right, girl. Feel okay? Dizzy? Legs may feel like jello once you get ready to step down, too. You all right? You sit right there, okay? I'm gonna get you some water, okay?
I don't feel good.
Don't feel good? What do you feel like?
Hot,
Hot?
clammy,
Hot,
dizzy, nauseous.
hot, clammy, dizzy, nauseous.
It's alright, Max. You can come here. He went to get up and he wasn't sure. Come here. Come on. Figure it out. You gonna walk up with your help? Come here.
Okay, let me move this chair this way. Then you'll see. Right, there we go.
Hello, I'm Dr. Moore. I've just seen Dominique, and I do think she has POTS, Postural Orthostatic Tachycardia Syndrome, and we have gone through a treatment plan for her. You might be one of those patients who has lightheadedness, racy heart. Maybe you've passed out before. Maybe you're exhausted. You have headaches. You have fluttering of your heart. You have stomach aches. You have nausea. Some of those things could be signs of POTS. The most important thing is that you talk to your doctor about your symptoms and go in with information about POTS. Read about it, find out about it, and then present your case to your doctor. And from there, your journey will begin. There are definite things that you can do for POTS, and you don't have to continue living like you're living now. So I hope this helps.